Good morning, Sherry. How was your weekend? I had a good weekend. Went out with Casey and Steven yesterday. Let's see. Well, I was going to zoom in, but, well, I can zoom in a little bit. Yeah, it was nice getting out with them for a while. So we're just going to be coloring in the pencil garden. And I'm using new pencils.
Okay, can you hear me? Can you hear?
I forgot to mute my TV, and all of a sudden I started hearing Dee Dee. Well, I don't know if I'm going to finish it today, but we will add some flowers. So the next pencil is TK's pencil, and he picked color 101, and that's apple green. I'm using my new color. I just replaced the set that I was using, the Color 300. I just replaced it with a new set. So I haven't sharpened any of these pencils or not. Okay, Dee Dee, good morning. No, 300. Just replacing the set I was using. Oh, I'd like to have that 520 pencil set, but I don't know what I would do with it. But I will show this to you. Let's see. Let's zoom back out just a minute. Because this is probably the most organized this pencil case will ever be. Yeah, I had decided because I was trying, I originally bought Prismacolor. Well, I originally bought this set of pencils, but then I bought Prismacolor because you can buy standalone pencils. But for whatever reason, I like these, so I decided that once a year I could replace this set of pencils. So that's what I did. But this is it came exactly like this, tray by tray in the tin. I just took them directly straight out, put them in here in the exact order that they were. This was number one, the white pencil. not by number, but in the trays, and they were in exactly the same order. And I just went through there tray by tray and just transferred them all straight over. But this is the most organized it's going to be, and it's not completely organized. And the pencils are in no kind of order as far as numbers are concerned. But anyway, I thought I'd show you my organized pencils because they're not going to stay that way. So we have apple green. Let's zoom in. I think something about like that will be pretty good. I thought I was going to be doing that I would be keeping them in according to color, but that just never happened. It was too much like work. Dee Dee, I was telling Sherry right before you came in the room that I forgot to mute my TV, and I was sitting here talking to Sherry, and all of a sudden I hear you talking to me. Boy, we've got two pencils in here that are so close to being the same colors. All right, let me see, what am I going to do for this flower? Let me see here. I do have to swatch just a little bit over here off camera so I can figure out what colors are going to work together. think I can use this one. Now let me see. I got to check and make sure this one is swatched. I'm pretty sure this one is. Now let's see what else we can get here. Hey, Brittany, how are you? Let's see, what can I do with these colors? Oh, I need to make sure I have this one. Well, some of them it's hard to even read the color number. Uh, I can't even read the number on this pencil. Okay, let me see here. I am using Color I don't know if you can even read that name on there or not. Probably not. But they are Color. I agree, Brittany. That's why I'm having trouble reading the numbers because it's in silver. All right, so. And just so Brittany knows what's going on, this is what I'm calling, this page is what I'm calling the pencil garden. And I just asked random chatters as they would come in the room to pick a color number for me. And then I'm going to do each of their pencils in that color. And then whatever the pencil color is, I have to use that color in their corresponding flower. And this is something we started, I don't know, a couple of months back now. But I've been coloring other things, and today was just a day I could actually get this book out and color on this one. We're going to be, Brittany, we're going to be doing a buddy color in Kirby Roseanne's Imagimorphia. If you have that one, welcome back, Dee Dee. Let's see. Let's see how this works. I think that'll work. Is that zoomed in enough, guys? Trevor, hello, how are you? Okay, Sherry. Trevor, how you doing? Okay, Dee Dee. I think it works out better if I'm not zoomed in real close because the camera stays in focus better. Well, this is a little bit different color than I've ever used for a flower before, but it's looking pretty good. Sherry, I don't know if you and Dee Dee may have noticed or not, but Lisa, who was in here on Friday and asked me about my pencil sharpener, I think it was on Friday, might have been Wednesday. She asked me about it a couple times, the pencil sharpener and what pencils I used. And she actually went and bought those. She posted a picture But anyway, that's what inspired me to get out my new set and start using them today. Even though I had that plan, but not necessarily to start using them today, but I would actually I'd like to see on pencils with a dark barrel for the darker colors, maybe to be printed in white, and on lighter colors like this to be printed in black, I think would be better. Or I think if they would put, instead of using like silver or gold, if they used black for the inlay, then the number would show up. My problem is it reflects so much on some of the colors I can't really see the number. But most of the time I don't need a color name or a number because I just grab pencils and start coloring. In this case, because I'm working off of color numbers, I do need to be able to see the number. Yeah, I don't know what the real solution is, but I do know they need to make a change. So, Brittany, are you coloring any particular picture? Trevor, are you? Do you color? Well, that's how I am. Not because I've been doing it long enough. It's just because, well, I just haven't done that. Oh yeah, I have several Prismacolor pencils like that. And some of these are like that. Well, not these. These are my new ones, but in the former set, they were like that. The names and numbers are rubbed off. Oh, that's good, Dee Dee. So that now they can start having solid food, right? And for Trevor and Brittany, who may not know, Ivy Sunny Flowers, Dee Dee, also live streams adult coloring. So check out her channel, guys. And she's much better at it than I am. Okay, there's one completed TK flower. All right, Fernanda. Fernanda is color 16, and I already know that's going to be a red. Number 16, I think I had trouble finding that in here. That's a magenta, and I was not able to find it. And that is one negative thing about I have found about these Color pencils, because they're not like in order number wise. So they are somewhat there is some color, but being able to actually and like for example like on these reds, it's really hard to see the number. I can make out names, but none of them are what I'm looking for so far. Magenta, it's kind of a pinkish color though. Well, let me see. Where might I look? Magenta. There's a color I use a lot. India red. I like that for flowers and stuff. Well, I am not finding magenta. Number 16. There's a maroon way back over here. Well, do I not even have the magenta? Where is it? Oh my goodness. See, this is why I don't color with numbers and names. Because I have no clue where to look for that color. Here we go. Randomly picked it out. Okay, so Fernanda gets magenta, color number 16. And Fernanda does get one of the better looking flowers. I do not know what type of flower that's supposed to be. It looks, yeah, I thought it was like an orchid, but I don't know for sure. And I don't know what orchids, what colors they are, so I'm just going to figure something out here. I've got to use magenta, so I've got to figure out what I might use with it. I think some oranges, maybe. Yeah, that's true. I could color it any color I want to, but I'm trying to think here. I don't think I don't think I've used magenta very much. So just kind of looking at what might work with that color. Hmm. I need to look and see what color did Mary Jo pick? 134. What color is 134? Oh, that's also going to be green. Hmm. Hey, JR, good morning. Sorry, guys, I'm just testing out a few different colors. I don't really know what to use with magenta. That's kind of what I've been looking at, some different colors here to see if I can't match them up with this magenta. All right, maybe I figured something out. At least a start. Okay, that takes care of the requirement, magenta. Yeah, that's a pretty interesting illustration. I thought it was pretty cool. And each pencil color that I'm doing was randomly selected by somebody in the chat room. So I got 16 different pencils, 16 different chatters, picked random numbers. So each pencil in here represents a chatter. Let me see here. I think it's interesting how on this picture the leaves are different. Makes it a little tough to figure out how to color it because they're not even the same shape. So I have to just kind of figure out. Let me see. Well, let's see how this works out. I'm not sure. Oh, yeah. Now, I haven't really thought about that one either. Now, I do not know what I'm doing here, guys. Oh, you got to build a desk area. I was trying to think if there's anything else that might work, just a stacker to put like a board on, some kind of, because I know that sometimes gotta improvise. Sorry, gotta reach in front of the camera there, guys. Okay, JR, God bless you. Thank you for stopping by, saying hello, hanging out a bit. Have a great day. Okay, Dee Dee. Whoops. Oh, thank you, Sherry. I just really did not know what to do with this flower. Oh, a Dutch iris. Nice. It hasn't been very often that I've tried to blend like colors from different color families. So I don't really know what colors work together that well. Well, thank you, Sherry. All right, I think that one's probably finished. Oh, okay, Brittany. Well, like I was saying, Brittany, we're going to be on Wednesday. We're going to be starting in Kirby Roseanne's Imaginomorphia. If you happen to have that book and want to color along with us. Okay, the next color, 176. Let me see what 176 is. Light reddish brown, and I'll swatch that one too. A light reddish brown, 176. Wow, I found that one fairly quickly. So I'm going to swatch this one right quick on the chart. Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad that brand is working for you, helping you. Okay, light reddish brown. That is the color that Casey picked. Now, very lightly cover her name. I'll do a little bit of swatching here so I can figure out what I'm going to blend in with this reddish brown. I'm not too aware of flowers that have brown in them, but welcome back, Dee Dee. Thank you, Dee Dee. Now, some of these flowers do have colors that I probably would never use in a flower, but I didn't pick the colors. Well, I picked some of the colors, but not the main color. Well, let me see here. Let's use maybe this. And what is this? I don't want to use that one. I kind of forgot to make sure some of these pencils were swatched. Let me see what numbers I have here. That one is, and that one should be also. Okay, well, there's Casey's flower completed. Yeah, that looks good. Well, that's certainly what I've been doing on here. All right, Nate. What does Nate have? Ooh. He is color 290. Let's see what color 290 is. 290, dusky gray blue. A dusky gray blue, and I don't know what that looks like. So I'll just switch over to the blues, see if I can't find something. Dusky gray blue. Dusky gray blue. Oh, and I do have that one swatched also already. Wow. It's kind of a gray looking. Let's see what I can find. Greenish gray. Oh my goodness. Oh, I think I found it. I found it. Color number 290. Thank you, Sherry. Okay, Nate gets dusky gray blue, and it is already swatched on my swatch card, which is amazing. Now this is a very, very light color. All right, let me see here. I need to find something I can use with this color, this really light gray color, a light bluish gray color. Now just swatching here on this side for a minute, guys. I kind of want to use this gray for the leaves, but I'm supposed to use it on the flower. So let me see what I can do here. Now this one's going to be really hard to see just because the colors I'm using are very light due to having this light gray that I have to use. Let me see if this one has actually been swatched. Lime. Lime. What number is that? So hard to read. Well, yeah, it's been swatched too. How's that? Well, the Ferris wheel flower may not turn out to be as spectacular as JR might have been thinking, but given the circumstances, they are pretty small. So I'm just using two colors on these instead of three. Generally, I use three, sometimes four or five, but in this case, we're just using two. I got lime green, and then I've got the gray, or the dusky gray blue. No, Brittany, I've been wanting to buy that so badly. Do you have that set? Some fine liner pens, okay. I don't happen to have any of those, but that's all right. Now the set I'm using, Brittany, is the 300 pencil set. I do wish I would like to buy that 520 color set, but that's over $100, so I mean that's not a bad price for that many pencils, but it's a bad price on my budget. I have a hard time picking colors just from this set. I can't imagine my struggle with the 520 pencil set. But then I also figure if I start using that set, then I'm not going to want to use something smaller because I'm not going to have all the options. I'm kind of like that already with this one. So how long have you been doing this type of coloring and stuff, Brittany? Do you do other artwork also? Well, that's in like because I just replaced my 300 set with a new set, so this is the first time I've actually used these pencils. But in the other set, I did have some that I had never even sharpened yet, and then some that are very, very short. I had to use a pencil extender with them. Oh, okay. Brute Fooner. I do have some Brute Fooner. Metallic pencils. A set of metallic pencils. I believe that's what they are. Now, had I thought about it, I would have done these little leaves the same way I did all these other, the stalks and the leaves. But I don't even know what colors that would have been at this point. Maybe we'll use this one and maybe this one. Now, Brittany, when you use like a 520 pencil set, do you find yourself limited if you switch to another set that has maybe like this one, 300 or 240 or something like that? Do you feel like you're limited? Now, these leaves are probably going to end up looking a lot similar to the little flower itself, but that's okay. All right, there's another flower. Now, I think I'm gonna, maybe I better test this on the side, see if it's gonna work. I might end up messing things up if I don't. Swatch it over here. Putting just a hint of purple on top. Still has the gray, so that qualifies as a requirement. But I just want a little bit more tint in these petals. Doesn't need a lot, just a little bit of color on top. I think I'm going to like that better. That's a little bit better. Let's see, what is this? 257. Let me see if it's swatched. 257. No, pink lilac. And let's see, let me make sure I've got this one. Lime. Yes. Oh, this could have been pinks and blues. All right, let's see what's next. Whiskey Creek. 239. I probably would have done something in other than gray if gray was not given to me to use. So let's see. What was that? 239. I got to see what color 239 is. No, I haven't seen whiskey either. 239 is mint green. 239, and it is not swatched, so I'll have to swatch it. I kind of wish it was swatched so I would know what pencil to look for. Mint green. That's probably very pale, I'm guessing. It's a very pale green. There's mint green light. Let me see here now. Okay, I'm still looking for this color. Uh, all I can do is just start going through pencil by pencil, looking at all the green colored pencils until I can find the one I need. Because I have no clue which one it might be. I do wish that these pencils were put in the tin in the order of their numbers, even though I don't leave them like that. But I don't like looking for pencils by pencil number or color name. I just like getting whatever I want to use. So now I got to go through all these colors, all these pencils to see if I can't find it. I'm having trouble finding it. There, I found it. Not what I was expecting. Now I needed mint green. I found the mint green light. I was not looking for a pencil that was quite this dark, so it took me a while to find it. I was looking for something similar to this one. Of course, maybe I should have that light colored one also to go along with this one. Yeah, more of a difference than what I was looking for. Okay, so this is Whiskey Creek Mint Green. Oh boy. Mint Green. This is mint green according to Kalure. Oh, and I need to swatch this one also before I forget. Yeah, I was not looking for this color. It's much darker than what I thought it would be. Okay, let me see what we're going to do with this flower. Now, I only have to use this green. It doesn't even have to be the main color of the flower. So I think what I'm going to do with this one, maybe I'm going to do these little, I don't know what they're supposed to be. All right, we can do it like that, and that fulfills the requirement. Let me see. I think we will go with maybe some blues. I think we need a shot of blue in here. So let me see what I can figure out here. All right, let me try a couple of different colors here. Swatch them over here. I think these will work. I need to check them and make sure they are. I got them all swatched. All right, let me check these and see if they're swatched. What is this, color 76? It should be 91, that should be, yeah, most of these blues are going to be 81, yeah. Okay, so all these blues are already swatched. Sorry, guys. I'll reach in front of the camera for a second. Now that is not exactly what I was looking for. So maybe I'll change it to this right here. Let's look. Let me see if I put this over here. Yeah, I think maybe we'll switch colors. Let's use a slightly different combination. I didn't really get much contrast in those other colors. I think this will be better. At least we can see a little bit of dark to light. Now, Brittany, if you're still here, just in case you didn't hear me earlier, I do want you to know that Ivy Sunnyflowers, Dee Dee, does have her own channel. She's an artist. She does her own illustrations, has some published books, coloring books. So check her out. All right, let's see here. What am I going to do on that center part right there? Maybe we go with like a light brown. That was my original thought, but I wasn't sure if that's what I wanted to do, but well, I don't want to use metallic. Orange Sienna, 197. And that one is already swatched. All right, there we go. Another completed flower. All right, now we got the big sunflower looking one, which is Mary Jo. But what color do I have to color this sunflower in? Let me see. Mary Jo is color 134. 134. Let me see what that's going to be. 134. Fresh green. Fresh green. Oh, more green. I did see fresh green in here somewhere though. There it is. And it still needs to be swatched. Fresh green. We'll swatch it right here, right quick. Well, this green will work okay because I can do it in here and then I can use my oranges and yellows for my sunflower. I guess that's a sunflower. Looks like a sunflower to me. All right, guys, I need to take a quick break. I'll be right back. Sorry, guys. I'll be right back at the table in a minute. I just need to take care of something. All right, guys, I'm back. Could you hear me talking to you? So we're just going to do, I'm going to do the inside of this flower with this fresh green. Thank you, Dee Dee. Thank you, Sherry. I figured you should be able to hear me all right on the microphone. I had to take care of something right quick. I got to put new batteries in my TV remote. Okay, that meets the requirement. Now we can get some oranges and some yellows, if I can find them. Trying to figure out, I don't know what colors I used out of the old set. All right, let me see here. I got to swatch these on the side over here. I think we can try this route. Let me see. Maybe I better do something a little bit different than this one. Maybe I should do something like this. All right, let me check these and make sure I got them all swatched. I think I do. Yeah, I do. Okay, let's see here.
Well, Dee, I'm glad you like sunflowers because they have become one of my favorite flowers to color. Yeah, I think that's pretty cool. I think one of the things I like about them is because I figured out like a color combination to use to be able to color them that looks pretty good. And it was really one of the first color combinations that I figured out. Now, when I say color combination, I don't mean by like the like the pencil, the color name or the number. So I can't ever remember what I did the time before. I just know I use oranges and yellows. And I know like autumn gold. I really like this autumn gold color. Thank you, Sherry. Now, what color of pencil do you think was my first color I looked for when I was going through these and putting them in my case? What do you think the first color was that I looked for? Well, here's autumn gold right here. And it's a color I used by random in a picture one day, and I was like, wow, I like that. That's a nice yellow. Dee Dee, you are a winner. That was the very first color that I looked for. Now, when I came up with this idea to do the pencil garden the way I'm doing it, I was hoping that I would end up being able to color this sunflower like a sunflower. Because it would not have worked if I'd have had like purple or if Mary Jo had picked like purple or something like that. It would have been much more difficult for me to. So I'm glad it worked out that the color she picked actually does work for a sunflower. Yeah, I'm glad it did too. Okay, so just as a reminder, on Wednesday we're starting the picture in Imagimorphia. I still have to order really what I'm referring to as my Halloween book. And we'll see how it goes with that. But we're going to do Imagimorphia first, and then I'll probably work on something in that book. And then I think after that we'll do the color by number. But just remember, the color by number page is going to come with a twist. I like doing pages like this where it involves you guys, but sometimes it can be a risk. On this one it could be, well, this one it was because I got to use what color you guys picked, but so that can make it not work out right. Thankfully this one did, and I'm happy that it did. Well, that's kind of interesting, Sherry, and that's fine too, by the way. But I was gonna tell you guys Either the picture that we just finished, the last in R.J. Hampson, which by the way was my anniversary picture, but I decided that's either going to be my Halloween picture because it has some dragons in it and stuff, kind of a spooky looking house, so that's cool. Or the spider web page, it may be my Halloween picture because you guys know I color slow. So I may not have time. We're just going to see how things end up. But if I have to, I'm going to claim R.J. Hampson's The Last In as my Halloween picture. But hopefully it's going to be one of these, it'll be one of the pictures, one of the pages in that horror book. But I don't know. Those are faces and stuff. I don't know if I can do those. I was looking at that too, doing both pages. I don't know if, I'm not going to have time to do both pages on camera before Halloween, so I don't think so. But I was thinking when you open it and you look at it, it does kind of just look like both pages need to be done. Oh yeah, that would be very helpful, Dee Dee. Are you still trying to figure out what you're actually going to use for like a tabletop or a desktop? Or are you planning on buying something? I don't know if you're, Dee Dee, if you're going to be having like trying to come up with something that you already have around that you could use, or if you're going to be like maybe buying a table or something like that, but you might think about a table similar to mine that folds, unless you're wanting something that's more permanent. But you could go with like a folding table similar to mine. Mine doesn't fold, but you get them that fold, and then that way they're portable. Okay, I kind of thought that's what you were talking about earlier as far as finding stuff. But even in the future, when you're ready to do something that's more permanent and stuff like that, you might want to consider just a simple table like what I'm using. Brittany, how long have you been doing coloring? Hi, Monty. I was just telling myself I got to check after I get done here to see if you've posted your picture yet. Oh, okay. Well, I don't think it makes sense to rush on that kind of stuff, Dee Dee, because you want to make sure that you actually do it the way you want it. That way you don't have to keep redoing it. I just had to count my lag there, guys. They're only about 6 seconds. So that's not too bad. That's pretty average. Well, I'm already excited for you, Dee Dee, when you finally have everything situated the way you want it. And like you said, you can kick back, stretch out, and relax. What would you say, Dee Dee, your square footage is in your RV? Where I was living before I came here, everything I owned had to fit in a space that was 88 square feet, 8 foot by 11 foot, about the size of a prison cell. Oh, okay. I'm glad you're at least able to figure out how you're able to get you a table and stuff set up or a desktop in such limited space because I was never able to do it. I actually only had 3 walls and a curtain. I was like the Wizard of Oz. I lived on the other side of the curtain. I'd say it's still got to be pretty nice to be able to have your, like your independence, your freedom and stuff in that regard, being able to have your own place, your own, your own front door, regardless. Oh, I've lived in homeless shelters, so yeah, having my own front door is pretty nice. Okay, I believe that finishes the sunflower. Well, right, you have one that you can shut if you want to. All right, so that finishes Mary Jo's picture, or I mean her flower. Thank you, Sherry. Right, exactly, Dee Dee. I'm very happy to have my own place. As much as I enjoyed living with my daughter, well, it didn't end well, but I enjoyed living with my grandkids, that's for sure. Oh, yeah, that is cool. All right, let me zoom out here. I don't need to zoom out real far. I just want to get the whole picture on there. Actually, the top of the flower is the whole picture. So now I can just try to move the camera around and stuff. Does that have the whole thing? That's pretty close. I agree with that, Sherry. Well, that's true, Dee Dee. I think, especially in your situation, I think you should take your time. Because, like I was saying earlier, you want to kind of do it the way you want it the first time. So, Monty, just a reminder, we're going to be starting in Imagimorphia on Wednesday. I'm going to leave this sit like it is, guys. I got 3 pencils to do. That's how I am too, Dee Dee. Everything I have has its own home in my home. Everything belongs in its place. It has to work where it's at. Okay, Monty. I couldn't remember if you had gone and bought that book or not. That's why I was reminding you, just in case. I couldn't remember. I know you did buy like some R.J. Hampson. I couldn't remember if you got this one or not. Now, did you get the color by number book, Monty? Yeah, everything in my house. Well, even like some things, like I could say, like right now, is not exactly where they're going to end up, but I already have this idea in my head of how things are going to be. So as I can actually accomplish that, that's what I do. Okay, let me show you this book that I bought, Monty. We're going to be coloring a page in this book, Around the World. But there is going to be a twist. I don't know why, Monty, but for some reason I was thinking you had bought one of these books, either the Color by Number or Imagimorphia. For some reason I was thinking that. But anyway, we're going to be doing a color by number in that book I just showed, Around the World. And before we get to that, though, we're going to be doing Imagimorphia with Dee Dee, and then I will do like a Halloween picture if I have time. We'll see how that all works out. Well, I wonder if Johanna Basford ever thought that somebody would have a subscriber pencil garden in their book. And at the same time, Sherry, while you're doing that, being a blessing to other people. No, I suspect probably not either. Well, doing this is exactly why I do this. Well, thank you, Dee Dee, Sherry. All right, guys, I'm going to leave it sit right here. It leaves me 3 more flowers, and there will be another opportunity when I want to take a day to fill in between 2 pictures. And I'll do this, and then I may have something. We can always add, like working on a mandala or something to go along with doing this too for a live stream. I'm okay with that. Yeah, I know you got to get ready for your live stream, Dee Dee. And I've been streaming for, I don't know, a little over 3 hours. I'm not sure exactly how long, but about 3 hours and 20 minutes. And my back's getting sore, so this is a good stopping point. Well, I'm very grateful for that, Sherry. I appreciate all the stuff that you sent to me. Actually, you fulfilled one of my goals for this channel, because I was telling Stacy when I first started doing this. When I first started doing this, I wanted to be able to do subscriber-sponsored live streams. You know, do a live stream featuring a book or some pencils that somebody had sent to me. So your generosity has made the channel accomplish that goal. All right, everybody, that's going to do it. I hope everybody has a great day. Dee Dee, have a great live stream. I'll jump on if I can. And I will see everybody, well, tonight for farming and Wednesday for coloring. We'll Imagimorphia. All right, everybody, love you guys. I'll see you Wednesday. Until then, God bless.